Hello everybody, this is JPico Death checking in. Today this is our quick settlement tour officially for the, I guess it's a monthly update. There's going to be no in-character anything, all just breaking the wall here. So I figure that the updates are going to have all the character parts to them. So this is just going to be, as we say, out of character in the role-playing business, OOC, and get a chance to look at a few of these things that we've been working on that are just, I don't know, maybe just at a glance. You know, since the beginning we've had this water pump set up, got a weird pipe shoved into the ground, just to make it a little more feasible that it's been drawing water from below. This car here actually, I exploded it to try to get the parts to come loose, but it's been kind of giving me trouble. And she's on a power armor workshop, so for my last video, she was wrenching. There she goes again. She's wrenching on the car. But yeah, here in the workshop. We've talked before about how the game originally had a cheat container installed. It's hiding underneath this box right here, completely full of its original supplies. Hasn't been touched since the very first. I'm sorry. It's been covered up since the very first. So, be that as it may. But we are building a structure here.
We'll teach them again if they come back.
That's right, K-A-Y-L-E-E. We did teach them a lesson. So we're going to be working on her garage more as we go forward. Big plans for that. The dog got himself a little house on the last go-round, so that's kind of nice for him. James, of course, is over here working all of our food still. We're eventually going to get a proper garden, but this is what we got so far. Yeah, down on the bottom level, nothing's really changed much down here. We've still got everything boarded up from the original introduction. Hey, Sturgis. As before, we've got a bunch of different bits of lumber and extra detritus floating around. Still got this wheelbarrow constructed out of a tire that I cannot build. 2 buckets, a piece of conduit, and some lumber all tilted up the right way. So I can't move this damn thing, not yet anyway. The food station got moved over here, although I noticed it's kind of floating. We're going to have to fix that. Of course, we've been building up on the wing itself. Got a gas station. See, this is the other Kaylee. We'll get to her in a second. But we took off the doors. One of the moments that's been kind of a painful throughout the whole video process is that this original door, people like to walk through it on occasion. Like dog meat. He'll be running around the settlement, just randomly open the door. So I've been having to keep my eye on that damn thing. But everybody's moved into the kitchens down here. In order to clean these shelves, I actually got rid of all the ones that had the stuff on them and replaced them with the same part out of the out of our modded list, so that we don't have quite as perfect lined up as they were originally. But cleaned it up just the same. If I didn't tell you, you might never know. Up here, really, almost nothing has changed, except for James got himself a shelf. Although now that I look at it, I don't know where the hell his camera's at. He has a camera up here somewhere. Oh, there it is, halfway across the room. Awesome. I don't know why it's down there, but it is. And of course everything here is going to be evolving more and more and more. But actually our wooden floors line up real well. It took about 15 attempts to get that right, considering I started building it all the way over here for the appropriate height for the wing. But we kept this the top of this one, kept it poking out of the boards, but I scrapped this one over here because it was really in the way.
I'm starting to think we're finally safe from those damn raiders.
Yes, this is Kaylee, Leigh. Oh, she's pulling her gun out on principle. Okay. But this door we don't have the same problem with, although it's here. Nobody ever tries to walk through that one, so we're pretty good on that. But we replaced all the, we fixed all the flooring. Got a new ramp going up instead of the one that used to be there. This is actually a pallet for that piece of floor. And then Vic's little quarters. Went out of my way to make sure that we included in this case it's a generic holotape, but the first holotape that he burned up in his ramblings. I kind of like this spot, how it's just open. But we've got a doorway here. In the upcoming episodes, you're going to see how this all kind of comes together for what this is going to eventually become. I mean, even here, we're not officially done putting up the walls yet. I had toyed with the idea.
You should have seen it. We cut those raiders to pieces.
Yeah, shush, I'm talking.
I doubt they'll be back.
I toyed with the idea of trying to put one of these upside down to match it and have my guard standing below it, but I thought that might do some really funky stuff to the I don't know, the guard rotation, I guess. You know, and in the last video, you know, I never even looked it up and saw the boards that connect these two bits together. But all the flooring that we'd built when we were doing the original floors, most of that stayed behind. There's been a couple of small changes, but otherwise everything has stayed the same. But that's kind of the settlement in a nutshell. Outside the fence. There's a little bit of behind the scenes stuff that you guys have not seen officially. I had a problem with getting raiders. I had a whole group of raiders hit me in the one episode, and I had their bodies all stacked up, and I left to go do something, and I came back and they were gone. All of this has just been cleared out and emptied. It's not really being used at this time. I actually stole all the furniture that's up in my room. I stole from the settlement. I didn't build it from scratch. I took all the things that were existing here in the settlement and reused them. But I was having trouble finding a raider to decorate with. Actually, I had to walk. One body was what I ended up with, all the way up from Lexington. But I do have a recruitment beacon set up over here. It is hidden away. It'll be officially built in episodes to come. For a short while, I had built 2 raider cages over here. If you look hard in a couple of the videos, you might be able to see them off in the distance. I'd planned on, if I couldn't find a body, I was going to capture them, and I was going to use them for decoration. But I decided to scrap them since they weren't actually being used. Other than that, truly, not much else has changed with the settlement other than the cleaning up, and you know, we got bloodleaf growing in the water supply and all that stuff. But yeah, this thing was kind of a bit of a pain in the ass to do because you don't really think about it so much, but these water pumps have the big concrete base on them. Oh, come on, load in, you stupid thing. Loading, loading, loading. Keep that video loading. Okay. And so I actually had to put these rails in to help hide the concrete base. You can kind of see it poking out underneath the bottom there, because it was much more obvious. And even then, my yellow boxes, they're not exactly perfect, and it still sees the concrete edges, and there's some things that aren't quite perfect with it. I mean, it looks good and all, but then you go to use it, and you're like, great, I'm just going to pour me some water, and oh, yeah, I fell out of the damn place because I didn't really leave room to stand. So, it's a bunch of little stuff like that that I've been avoiding showcasing when I've been doing the videos. And I wanted to include this piece of scaffolding to show that they have the height, they have the opportunity to be working on things. But all these framework walls, we build all those one stick at a time, rotating the pieces back around. And the supports exist in game.
Hey.
These supports do. Hey again, Sturgis, you seem to like it over here. But over here to support this bridge, there's all kinds of extra pieces. All the little supports underneath here. I mean, they're things that no one will ever freaking notice, but I spend like hours playing with this crap. So, anyway, this has been my monthly update for the settlement challenge. And I got to get my ass in gear and get the next bit of building done, because it is Saturday night.
What's going on?
And hey, thanks for saying something different. It is Saturday night, and I haven't moved a muscles on the settlement since last Thursday. So my time is ticking, and I have 4 levels to accomplish. So tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Thanks everybody for coming by. We will see you all again soon. Thanks. Oh, I suppose I should say, if you like the content, like the content. If you aren't already subscribed, please consider doing so. And of course, this is all pertaining to the build challenge. And if you haven't seen the videos in the build challenge, I think there's up to like 19 people participating now. So do watch it and give these other people some love. People deserve some love.